Okay, this is a video on Tack N Peel. It's the material that you affix permanently to your acrylic blocks for the purpose of temporarily mounting your unmounted stamps, okay? I have, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sizes of Tack N Peel, or acrylic blocks with Tack N Peel adhered to it. But what happens with Tack N Peel is that over time, now this one's fairly sticky. You can kind of even hear this this block and the whatever the protective plastic sheeting on here. You can hear it. It's real tacky still. But what happens over time is as you use it, dust and lint, start to build up on here. Sometimes it gets inky, if you ink up your stamps and it kind of gets a little bit on the side. You can see this piece of plastic that you keep on here. It's not even like keeping that down. So what happens is that, okay, let me try this one right here. Okay, this is a piece of rubber. It kind of still sticks on there enough. I mean, I can make a print out of it. It's not going to fall off, okay? But it's really barely tacky enough to hold it on there. But in the instructions, Tsukaneko says to wash them off and just let your Tack N Peel material just air dry. You don't want to dry it off with like a napkin or a paper towel or something like that, otherwise it's going to get all linty, from that material. So what we're going to do is we're going to wash these off, and I'll just show you how easy it is. This isn't the first time I've washed them, but just updating this material, or updating my video on this material. But yeah, all my blocks are getting really kind of non-tacky. You can even see some pigment ink that's been I don't know, adhered to this, but it's a really great material. So let's go and wash these off. Okay, we're just over here at the sink, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel off my plastic protective coating, or whatever sheet that comes with the material. Be sure and save that. Don't throw it away after you adhere your material to your blocks. Okay. This one is it's semi-tacky still, but it's a little bit dusty. All right, so just get the water going a little bit, and you just kind of rub this off, okay? So it's not like a wet adhesive or something like that. It's more of that kind of that I don't know, that color form type of magnetic material. It's like cling foam or whatever, that type of tackiness or whatever they use on that type of material. Alright, so as I do this, I can kind of really feel it come off on my fingers, and it feels very slick right now. It's not tacky at all when wet, alright? So I'll just kind of place this on my drying rack right here. You can see how, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see how dirty this one is? It's kind of real dusty. There were a couple of these that weren't sticking at all anymore. And when I've done this in the past, it's I'll tell you, when you wash these off, and when it dries, it seems like it's just like as tacky as brand new. So, as far as I know, you can go on and use this material for a very long time, maybe years. In fact, I don't know. This one's, I think this is one of my oldest pieces. Even when this material, too, gets really, I don't know, kind of gummed up looking and inked up and stained and whatever, it still sticks really well. Okay, I learned this one of the scenic stamping retreats that I went to a few years ago. Ken Pescio had a block there, and he swore by it. So, and his block was really, really used. It was, as I seem to recall, it was really it was almost black with ink, but it still was as tacky as ever. But yeah, he said, I don't know, some people didn't like it, some people did. That's what's kind of nice about stamping in a group with so many people, you know, discussions kind of come up as far as, alright, what type of, what black ink is everyone using, or whatever, you know, what kind of paper is everyone using, you know, because at these retreats, it was kind of just a scenic stamping retreat. It's not like an instructional retreat or something like that, so everyone just kind of brought their own supplies with them. And, one of the kind of the hosts of the retreat brought a ton of her collection of scenic stamps from various companies, and we used our own. We dipped into hers, you know. Okay, this is my one gigantic block. I think this is the first time I've cleaned this one. This was almost, I think this was using a whole sheet of Tack N Peel. It didn't quite cover this whole acrylic block, but almost. With the Tack N Peel, one sheet comes per package. It's kind of a good way to use your stamps, unmounted stamps. If you don't want to have to mount up all of your stamps, let's say in a with a cling foam material. Some people like it better because this one doesn't really provide as much of a cushioning type of feel and effect, you know, on your stamps. And for some people, they like the storage type of methodology using the cling foam mounted stamps where you can put them in a binder and cling. If I have unmounted stamps, I'm just using them with my things like photo sleeves and that type of storage system. Okay, that is that. I have some really good, clean Tack N Peel now. And let's see, this is what they are doing now as far as the drying, and I will wait for, I don't know how long it'll take to dry. Maybe I'll give it a half an hour or an hour. It's pretty warm in here, and I would think that would dry off pretty fast. Just let it drip dry and whatnot, and you should be ready to go. Okay, we're back, and my blocks are pretty dry for the most part. I don't know, a little bit wet. I waited for it to dry for about an hour, but anyways, let's see what we have here. Okay, now this one was reasonably, I can't even peel this off, it's so tacky. Here we go. Okay. Can you tell that this is really tacky? I mean, you can see it just pulling it off, and I think this one was the one that where this sheet of plastic was just barely sticking to this. But look at this. Oh my gosh. I think you can tell it just touching that. And this is really, really tacky. It's certainly as tacky as brand new, but look at this. I can just put like that tiny bit there. And this thing is really sticky, okay? So, for stamps, that is not a problem as far as sticking it on there. It is perfectly tacky and ready to go. Reasonably clean, too. I don't know, I'm not real careful about, you know, not getting any ink on my blocks here, but, I don't know, it washed off pretty clean. Okay, now this one was really non-tacky as well, but you can see it. Okay, that peels off. Sometimes I kind of forget, you know, just about how tacky these things really are when they're either brand new or when they're freshly washed and they are ready to go. I lost my little piece of plastic. For this one, it's somewhere on my desk somewhere, and these little ones are kind of hard to find, so I'll probably cut out a little piece of plastic or something like that and stick it over that, and that'll be my covering for that one. But this is my oldest piece right here, and you know, that is really sticky. You can even see if I put like a block on there, I'm just putting the non-coated side down, you know. I mean, this is really sticky. I accidentally put this one on this piece because I thought I put the plastic on here, you know, after I kind of let it dry. But I didn't. I just set it down like that, and it was like one of those, you know, like crazy glue infomercials where it was just, you know, it was really hard to pull this off of there, so. But, you know, as far as your rubber dies, that's not going to be a problem pulling them off of there. But, yeah, you know, this is ready to go. You can even do something like this sometimes when you, if you really know, if you're, you know, as far as where you're going to put certain stamps on a given composition. I mean, I could take these large pieces like this, and let's say, okay, I know I'm going to put a moon up in the sky. You know, this one overlaps the edges slightly out here, but, you know, I often do like a repetition of imagery too, but let's say I'm going to put, you know, a few of these trees underneath there. I mean, you could compose it on here, you know, if you're going to have some other clouds out here or something like that. And you could ink up on here and just, you know, ink them up in different colors if you want to, and just do like one impression too, or if you have a quote in here, or I don't know, what might be easier too is if you have those ruled blocks, you know, acrylic blocks, and you can just stamp it out like that. I mean, a lot of people have those stamp positioners too, and you can certainly do that on those positioners as well, and just, you know, make your impression. Reminds me of like silk screen printing almost. But there you have it, with some very tacky Tack N Peel. I'm not affiliated with them, but that is the material that I have come to use with my unmounted stamps at this point in time, and it works out pretty good. So one good thing about it is that you just wash it off and it's ready to go again. So I would never use it if you couldn't do that and use it over and over again, you know, because, I don't know, it'd be really hard to get that off of the acrylic block, you know, without some, I don't know, you'd have to wedge a knife in there or something like that where it's kind of permanently affixed to the block. Oh, if you have cling foam stamps too, you can always, you know, put the cling foam on the Tack N Peel and use them like that, or you can just use the back side, you know, that doesn't have the material on it, and put your cling foam stamps there and use the back side of it too. So not a problem for both temporary mounting systems. Okay, anyways, thanks for watching.